Welcome to the GM Podcast, hosted by Audrey Miller and Gavin Bullock. This is a show that includes, but is not limited to, sports talk. If you enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, comment your favorite sports hot takes, as we will be doing a separate video addressing those.
Yo, welcome to the GM Podcast, episode 9. We're going to talk about the Damian Lillard trade today. It's a crazy trade, world-breaking. We're going to start with Gavin here. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me introduce my special guest here. We got Sawyer Moretz. Do you want to give yourself a shout-out real quick?
No.
Psych! No free promo. Okay. Thought I had something right there. You said no. All right.
Yeah, you thought you were going to get me, buddy.
All right. So what's your first thoughts on this trade? Like, what's the first thing that you thought of?
Okay, so me personally, I thought first thing was, and a lot of people were overlooking it, is the loss of Jrue Holiday. Kind of remind me of kind of like when the Celtics lost Marcus Smart. It's bigger than just how good a player is compared to the talent of a player you're getting back. You're missing part of the culture your team has almost. But I think Dame and Giannis is a great. You have to take that trade. Like, yeah. I think they're going to be great in the future. But I also like the Suns, how they got depth, a little bit of depth. I mean, it's not great, but I was big on the Suns not having depth and literally just having 3-4 players this upcoming season. So I like what they did, and still got Nurkic, who is a comparable big to Ayton. So I like what the Suns did. So yeah, I think it's a great trade for a lot of teams.
All right, Sawyer, what you think about it?
This shit had me hyped, brother. I love it. Love it.
Why is that?
Just, I think it's going to be very interesting to watch, first of all. Like, the Bucks are going to be, like, maybe number one on the list of must-watch teams because they're going to be so fun. That pick and roll is going to be great. I'm also really interested to see how Dame functions on a team where he's not the number one guy. I'm excited for that. And then, I like the trade for the Blazers and the Suns, too. I think the Blazers going 100% on the rebuild is a big deal, and I like what they got back, and I just think it was solid all around.
So does this trade make the Bucks y'all favorite for this season?
Yeah, I think so. Probably, at least for the East.
I want to say yes. But I'm still waiting to see. And I know this is like a long shot, but I saw things today that the Blazers are. I want to say they're not bought in on Jrue Holiday. They want to go full rebuild. So they might get rid of Jrue Holiday just because that kind of hurts Scoot's development. Scoot would have to come off the bench.
Yeah.
As you got Shaedon Sharpe and Anthony Simons. So, I mean, yeah, I would love to see the Celtics go after Jrue Holiday.
Yeah, I was going to get into that afterwards. But for me, obviously, the biggest takeaway I had, I think this is at least, as far as a duo of all time, a top 3 most talented duo put together and how they complement each other of all time. I had to think about it. And I thought about Kobe and Shaq. I thought about Steph and KD. And then after that, it's like there's no one that comes to mind when you look at it as far as a talent perspective and how they gel together, just how it looks. You literally have the second most dominant player of all time. And then
MJ and Pippen?
No. I don't think it's as far as a talent level and them working together, it's a different dynamic in my opinion. You like I said, you have a dominant force in Giannis, the most dominant since Shaq, and then you have Damian Lillard, who can be considered the second best shooter of all time if you want to go that far. So with me, I think that's at least a lot to win the East, like you said, Sawyer. And that Dame and Giannis is going to be interesting against Murray and Jokic, I think. That's going to be a matchup that we're going to want to see. But then the Suns, like you said, the Suns picking up Nurkic. I think Nurkic is a better big than Ayton, honestly. And like you said on the other episode, I think a guy like Nurkic is a better matchup for Jokic than Ayton even was in the first place. So that's going to be entertaining as well.
Oh, 100%.
So another thing I'll ask, where do y'all want to see Drew Holiday? Because I have the same thoughts as you. I don't think Drew Holiday is a good fit in Portland right now. He's a player that needs to be on a contender. So where can y'all see him?
Yeah. I mean, I would love him. That is a great replacement for Marcus Smart. And I don't know how we would get that done and not give away what, I mean,
at least Brogdon.
Tatum, Brown. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could give away Brogdon, which I'm fine with. But that also getting Brogdon kind of goes against what the Blazers are trading Drew Holiday for. I guess they'd want more of a young guy. Maybe we could throw Jordan Walsh in there, who I think is going to be really good for the Celtics in the future. He looked pretty good in the summer league. Maybe a late round steal, but other than that, I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head what team. Maybe New Orleans.
That's interesting.
I'm not sure.
That's not one that can't.
I think the Heat fit. The Heat fit is solid.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat is a great fit. That fits his hard work ethic, hard-nosed defender. I mean, that's definitely a fit.
So
I mean, it's not it's not a Dame trade, but like they can really lean into that grit and grind defense, like just go all in on it.
Yeah.
I also that's the first thing I thought about. That's the first thing I thought about when I saw this trade, where Drew fits into this whole thing. The two teams I thought about mainly were the 76ers first, because at this point in time, they're wasting Embiid's prime, and that's a culture guy in your locker room that you would definitely want for that team. They're young. Yeah. Kelly Oubre just signed with them, who averaged 20 points last year. That's going under the radar. And then they as well.
Oh, brother.
Oh, you're a Hornets fan. You don't like Oubre?
No, he's good. I don't know. I don't think the 20 points is who he is.
I can agree.
I'm also kind of upset. I'm upset we didn't resign him too. So
But he can be a fifth scorer on that team if you think about it. They still have Maxey. They still have Harris. And then if Holiday goes there, that's 4 scorers on that team that can be better. I still don't think they will be on the Bucks level, obviously, or maybe not even the Celtics.
And I don't think the Sixers' problem is necessarily a talent issue, like going out and getting a better player. It's a culture issue, and Drew Holiday is one of the type of players who could solve that problem when it comes to culture of a team. I think he's a great culture guy. Like I said, he would fit with the Miami Heat. I think the Sixers need to go after more guys like that. And I mean, I think it's fair to say James Harden is not great for the culture of a team. Absolutely. I think it's fair to say that. So
I think the fit there is actually pretty solid. They get a guy who can defend the perimeter, shoot the 3 ball, get a bucket when he needs to. And as Gavin was saying, they get that kind of culture guy. Yeah. But I wouldn't mind seeing him stay around in Portland for a little while, just to, they have so many young guards. They've got Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot now. I wouldn't mind him kind of mentoring them up a little bit.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. That's a guy you want.
Yeah, I would like I said, I don't know how we would get him, but I would be really excited to see him with the Celtics on the fact that we just lost Grant Williams and Marcus Smart, 2 of our biggest culture guys. Mm-hmm. Some of our best defenders on the team. I mean, I just don't know how we would get them, but I feel like that would make us easily number 1 in the East.
I don't know about that. I would still take the Bucks. I feel like
you would take Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, and Brogdon. You would take Dame, Giannis, and Middleton,
let's pause real quick.
Mountain.
Is there a big difference between Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez and Kristaps Porzingis? No.
When healthy, yet.
Porzingis might be an All-NBA caliber guy.
Okay, yes. That's
in a healthy season. In a healthy season.
Okay.
In a healthy season?
Who is guarding Damian Lillard on that Celtics team right now? Oh, if y'all get Drew Holiday, obviously. But still,
you got to keep in mind. Holiday. You got to keep in mind Derek White was an all defense.
That's a good
point this year.
Derek White. We have depth.
But y'all would have to give away a lot of that depth to even obtain Drew Holiday. But
that's true.
I was going to move on to this. I would also like to see him in Minnesota. Another team. I think they're in the same situation as Philly. Okay. A lot of talent there, no culture. And you know how I feel about Anthony Edwards. for him to take a step up, that's the perfect guy you need in the backcourt with him. You have Mike Conley coming off the bench because at this point in his career, he's not as big of a all-star as he was, if he was ever all-star. But then you still
one time
they got to get rid of either Cat or Gobert, preferably Gobert. I don't like him.
That doesn't work for the new NBA. That doesn't work for the new NBA.
No, it doesn't. And then if you can get something for Rudy Gobert as far as depth. I think if they get rid of him, that could be a scary squad as well to look out for in the future.
Yeah.
I don't really see them getting rid of Gobert just because I don't think that the GM over there and the ownership would just swallow their pride and do it, because they gave up so much to get him. Like if they traded him away for pennies on the dollar now, it'd kind of be an embarrassment.
Yeah, I just think Gobert, I would get rid of him now before he has no value and he gets a little bit older, because Cat as a young player still has a lot of value. I mean, unless you want to trade, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure the Blazers are probably pretty high on Ayton as a young big man, and hopefully, Ayton's one of those players when he plays, he can be a really good center. Problem is you don't get anything from him every night. And him and Monty Williams butted heads a lot. Maybe a new beginning with the Blazers, he could become an all-star big man in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened with a new beginning in Portland. The Suns were he just needed a new, almost like when a team has all the talent in the world and they just need a new voice as head coach. It's kind of like that. I just think DeAndre might be really good for the Blazers. But would y'all take a trade if you're the Blazers, Jrue Holiday and Ayton for Cat and Gobert, or not? Or no, like I don't know.
No. I think
because then you just get that same problem.
I don't know. That's not terrible.
I wouldn't. The reason for that is I like DeAndre Ayton. For all his woes and all his faults, I like him better than Cat right now, because Cat has these same problems as DA, but worse. This is a guy who we have considered every year he's been in the league has been a bottom 5 big defender in the entire league. And he doesn't show any more aggression than DA does. And DA, like you said, he can get you 20. He can still defend inside when he wants to. That's just a problem with his effort. As far as Cat, I don't know if that's an effort thing or if he is just not capable. And as far as Rudy Gobert, I hate him. I mean, I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, he is someone I would not want on my team. He can't. The biggest thing about Gobert is that he can guard. Gobert cannot guard. He can't guard. Teams use the pick and roll every time. You saw it in 5 years ago when Curry turned him around, had him looking for God knows what. And it's like you can't find value in Gobert for me. It's just not there. I wouldn't want him, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a bad look on that Minnesota team. Yeah. Another fit for Jrue could be the Nets. Like I was
thinking about that too. Yeah.
Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. Like I just think that could be a decent team. A Nick Claxton.
I think that's just a lot of decent though. That's why I didn't really consider it, because it's like y'all getting another dude with a big contract, and it's just gonna be a 5 seed in the East once again, and probably lose first or second round. It's like I feel like they should rebuild a little bit more with younger players the same, because Mikal Bridges, he's about to be a star as well.
Yeah.
I got one more question for y'all. Right now, as we look at it, who are we taking between the Suns and the Nuggets and the Lakers in that stacked West?
You say that again?
Who are we taking between the Suns, the Nuggets, and the Lakers in that Western Conference?
Suns, the Nuggets, and the Lakers.
Or if y'all are taking the Warriors. I'm not.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna take the Lakers this year. I like their roster, what they put around LeBron. I like a lot of their pickups. I think people are underestimating the loss of Bruce Brown for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I think he made Jokic look a lot better. Not better than what he is, but like just a good cutter, defender. I mean, he was running point out there, getting buckets in the playoff. I mean, that's a bigger loss than I think people are making it seem like. But yeah, I like what the Lakers have done with their roster. Biggest thing with the Lakers is, can they stay healthy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if if AD can stay healthy, he might be an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year type candidate. But that's a big if.
Yeah.
I really like the Nuggets team. The loss of Bruce Brown is a big deal, but I like Christian Braun kind of filling that role. But I don't know. I think they still need to make a move or two around the edges to stay at that number one type team. But I don't know. It's hard for me to bet against them.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as well. For me, it's straight up a matchup problem. If we were to get a Suns and Nuggets series, I would take the Suns to come out of that one, just because of they gain use of Nurkic today. That is a great matchup as far as trying to take Jokic not out of a game, but suppress him a little bit. If we were to get a Suns Lakers, if we were to get a Suns Lakers, I would have the Lakers winning that. I think it's just a lot more depth, and I don't know. I think LeBron, KD.
What if you had Suns Nuggets?
Then I'm taking the Nuggets. You mean Nuggets Lakers? Because with Suns,
that's what I mean. Nuggets Lakers.
Yeah, I would take the Nuggets in that one. I think.
Yeah, and I've said this over time. I think the way to guard Jokic is not with a extremely athletic player who blocks shots and almost jumps for everything, because he gets you with ball fakes and all types that get you in foul trouble. I think Nurkic, weirdly, I don't know why, I feel like his pace of the game and how he plays at his own pace, I think Nurkic might be a better defender on Jokic than Anthony Davis. And he's nowhere near a better defender than Anthony Davis. It's just almost like the matchup. I just like it better. Same thing with Luka, the way his pace. I think Luka does better against like players like Jrue Holiday pressuring the ball all the time. That's just me personally. Yeah.
Remind me what the Lakers starting lineup is going to look like.
I mean, they have Christian Wood. Yeah. They have Gabe Vincent, Jackson Hayes. I don't know if any of those pieces are going to start. Apparently, Jared Vanderbilt is 7'1" now. I don't know.
Damn!
I don't.
7'1"?
I don't believe it.
Okay, that's a stretch.
I don't believe it.
I think I would predict.
But I would still start Jared Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I would too. I think I would predict a Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves, AD, LeBron, and Vanderbilt lineup. That's what I would see.
You wouldn't start Wood?
No. Because I feel like
no.
I mean, you could put AD at the 4 and put Wood at the 5, but I don't know. I don't like that as much as that. Especially if you want to keep AD out of trouble guarding smaller players, you would want him to play the 5 and have Vanderbilt picking up those.
And they have a lot they can do with. They have a lot they can do with starting lineups. If you want to throw D'Lo in there instead of Gabe Vincent, if you want, I mean, you could throw Rui in there instead of Vanderbilt.
Rui. Yep.
You could throw Rui in there instead of Vanderbilt. I know everyone keeps wanting Cam Reddish to revamp his career. I gave up on that.
Come to the Hornets, baby. Catch a charge.
He'll be a felon before we know it.
Yeah. You'll love to see it.
Thanks.
All right.
The only problem I have with Jared Vanderbilt is in the playoffs, he did kind of get played off the floor because his offensive game is so like shallow. Like he can't really do anything. So that worries me.
You definitely have to play him in almost spurts, it feels like.
Right.
Sometimes you might need a boost offensively, which they did with Lonnie Walker, which they don't have anymore, I don't think. But
I think he went to the Nets maybe or something.
Yeah, but I mean, I like the pieces they've picked up. Like I said, the biggest thing with the Lakers is, can they stay healthy? I know Christian Wood, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. I mean, recently they've had a lot of injury history, but who knows if they can stay healthy. But,
I think they built the lineup for that exact reason. They needed some depth, because if it was just that starting lineup stacked up again, they couldn't make it through 82 games, especially with the new player association rules, to where they miss out on bonuses for missing games, awards. Yeah, like it's a lot of stuff you could lose from that this year. So
I like that though.
No, I do too.
Do y'all like this, the Dame trade for the Trailblazers? I feel like we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I like it. I think if you're going full rebuild, it definitely hurts the development of Scoot, Anthony Simons still. I mean, you have three guards and wings right there that like can go. And I just think you gotta. I don't know what you would trade Drew Holiday for. I'm really trying to maybe because you have Ayton, who's a center. You have Anthony Simons and you have Scoot and you have Shaden Sharp. Maybe a 4? I don't know.
Jeremy Grant. They still have Jeremy Grant.
So would you let those guys develop? Would you let
max
those guys
contract?
Like you would keep all 3 right now, or would you sell high on like a guy like Shaden Sharp?
I would rather keep Shaden Sharp and give away Simons. I'm really high on Sharp. I really am.
I'm not gonna lie.
If I was giving somebody away, I think I would give Simons away. He's a great player, but honestly, if I were their GM, I'd just keep all 3 and I'd be looking to move Drew immediately because I don't really have a problem with that Scoot, Simons, Sharp lineup, and then Jeremy Grant and Ayton. They're probably not defending anything, but I think they'll be really fun and they'll be able to develop a little bit. So
that's not a bad team at all.
Yeah, I think Simons is a guy who's gotten better every step of his career, though, every year of his career, and he can shoot the lights out of. I mean, it's like art watching him shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Shadon still hasn't developed that part of his game. Hopefully, he can because, as we know, he's probably the bounciest player in the league. He attacks the rim ferociously.
Maybe behind Miles Bridges, buddy.
He's busy catching charges too.
Have you seen the way he dunks?
Hey, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I think we pretty much covered everything when it comes to this trade. I think we did a pretty good job covering it. But
all right, well, that's an episode. Thank you, Sawyer, for coming on today, helping us out with
Thanks for having me.
This breakdown. Of course. Yep, that's it for the GM podcast, episode 9. Peace out.